Hi everyone, this is audap. Let's continue our game of Collection of Saga Final Fantasy Legend, and we're playing Legend number 1. I don't even think we're halfway through. I think there's a lot more game left. But playing all these is going to take forever. Okay, what are we at right now? Cat Claw. Oh, that's right, I was sort of broke, wasn't I? I mean, not really broke, but everything costs a lot. Buy a bunch of these. Oh, that's right, and I was running out of, storage. God, I wish more of these had the infinite symbol. But no. Oh, there's a piece already. Jeez. Damn it. Stop moving around. So broke now. Got it. It costs a ton to raise humans. It really does. Next time I just may make a party full of just mutants. You know, the humans have the most potential to raise levels, but boy, it costs a lot of money. Oh, that thunder is super effective. But, well, I have so many of them. Oh, excuse me. Money, 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 money. Making lots of money. Or not really making any money at all, but still. You need to make a ton of money. humans don't have anywhere near as many hit points as they need. Actually, how am I doing? I'm still doing okay. These regular enemies they're totally fine with. It's just, God, everything else is so strong. Cat's a little mad at me. Took her to the vet today, so I'm going to go back on Wednesday. Keep giving her attention so she can forget about it. Okay. The difficult loop continues. Building characters, buying weapons. I should probably buy at least one more. How's everybody doing here? She's got 24 hits, 40 hits, 18 hits, 6. Okay, so you need another one. Oh, I have a new desk set up, so I'll have to see if I can get a cat cam. So you can see what I'm doing off screen here. Okay. I don't know if there's a way to get, like, more money or what. Or if there's things that are, like, worth more. That I'm not too sure on. I don't want to stray too far from town. Especially since we're trying to build up money and stats. These guys are giving me any more money. If the enemies outside were worth more. Is it 3,600? What do we get out here? Oh, maybe not. I guess it depends on the fight. Let's see here. It really depends on if a dragon shows up. Out of my way. Important person coming through. Hey, where's you? Oh, where'd you go? It's like he didn't spawn. Oh, there you are. You only show up on like Saturdays? What the hell, man? I need you. I mean, we're getting there. It's slow, but we're getting there. That's the problem with playing these old RPGs, is that this was really the heart of the gameplay. It's just, you know, grind, and, you know, build up your stats. Which is fine if you're on, like, a long road trip, or if you're, you know, kind of a little bored, but maybe not so great for entertainment and streaming. I don't have any anecdotes that I can tell you about this game either, because this is the first time I'm playing this game. You know, I was always curious about it, but I never owned the original Game Boy, and I bought this on. I bought this when the Super Game Boy came out for the Super Nintendo. I think I played a little bit of it, but you know, I think by that time I had already. I might have moved on to the. Maybe the Jaguar at that time? I don't really remember. I bought this really late. I mean, back in those days, you could get Game Boy games for like $7. You know, this was not a rare game like it is now. Only bad thing being is that if you were like a super pristine collector, you know, the used game market, you know, a lot of people didn't keep their boxes, and the Game Boy games were cardboard boxes, so they didn't really stand up to a whole lot of wear and tear. I think at the time I don't know if I would have enjoyed this game since I was already getting into the more advanced RPGs. So something simple like this, I may not have been into it. I'm into it now because, you know, now I don't want complicated games. If anything, I would rather have them be, you know, have them a simple interface, you know, and maybe some complex gameplay. But man, I don't really want to. I don't want to have to deal with a game that I have to learn over a long period of time. That's not any fun to me anymore, that kind of game. I think that's the appeal of RPGs in general, is, you know, the gameplay itself is simple, but it can be a very, very complex thing to actually play through it. But it's not overwhelming. I mean, the good thing about this is that you can save anywhere. You know, amazing. You know, we can't even save anywhere in games for like the PlayStation 5 or the Xbox Series X. But a Game Boy game, you could save anywhere. That's why I scoff at developers who say they can't enable save anywhere. It's like, the Game Boy 1, not Game Boy Advance, not Game Boy Color, not 3DS. Regular ass Game Boy could save anywhere. Pretty sure you can make it happen. Or games that only depend on autosaves, and you know, autosaves are cool. As long as the autosave system is reliable. But I've yet to see an autosave that didn't corrupt at some point in time. So it's like, well, now you have, you know, a chain of autosaves, you know, possibly 3 or 4, but you really have to hope that you've encountered a bug soon enough that your autosave is still valid. offense when getting her ass kicked. Charm finally started becoming useful, but look at that. He had to get like 600 hit points before he could finally start doing damage. Before he was doing like, what, 18 damage? Oh, she has thunder again. Yay. That'll help things along. Is that her last? Can't tell if she has one more. 16, 40. Okay. Let's check all the stuff that I buy. Okay. Yeah, it just feels like it takes forever for them to raise. Yeah, I don't know how people feel about this collection. If they feel that the asking price is too much for just, you know, what are just Game Boy games, but you know, I think it's really about right. Because to get these games physically, you know, to get them on original systems, it's certainly more than $30. And if you're a real picky collector, then you may want like the box and instructions, you know, basically mint condition, which would be even harder to get. And you'd have to have some sort of hardware to play it on. And if you're super authentic, you maybe want to play it on the original Game Boy with this blurry ass screen, this, you know, blurry tiny screen. You know, and it's a, you know, not uncomfortable control, but certainly not ideal. I think for me, that's the biggest selling point in these conversions onto new systems, is that, you know, I play them on a modern display, you know, with a modern controller, and sometimes they don't get this, they don't get it exactly right. Sometimes the emulation doesn't quite work out. In this case, it did, because, you know, obviously these are not, you know, super advanced systems, but, you know, even if the emulation is just a tiny bit off, I'm still willing to put up with it, rather than break out my, you know, my adapter to plug in a, you know, a composite cable or component cables if I want to spend, you know, ludicrous amount of money getting that for whatever system I want to plug into a component cable, you know, for my one jack on my TV. And hopefully I remember where, you know, where the adapter was to plug those old connections into. Then potentially, you know, maybe buying a system, refurb system, something from a trade show or a convention, only to have it not work. Then realizing that you know, you may not be able to ever get that system again, depending on how rare it is. Or that game again, depending on how rare it is. So yeah, I'm all for these revivals. You know, collections, emulations. I think they work out better for a modern audience and somebody who just has modern technology. Bring them on, I say. You know, put some work into them. You know, to have people justify the price in their head. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I couldn't get these games for $30, and I certainly wouldn't want to play them on original hardware. I think that's really the thing that dictates the price of these. Some people feel that they're outlandish prices, but or maybe they're used to getting games on their phone, maybe for lower prices, and the legality of which may be suspect. But then you have to play on your phone, and you don't really have a controller. And if you do have a controller, then you're like setting up a stand to play it on your phone, and your phone's only good. Your phone and your tablets are only so big, and then the experience is really not ideal either because the emulation sucks. So it's like you're really not gaining anything. You're certainly not getting a great experience, which is why you're paying $2 or $5 or whatever it is for a game emulated on the on one of the mobile platforms. At least here the experience is pretty good. Chimera. Chop, chop, chop. Le chop of le dragon. Nowhere near enough money. Not even close. I mean, I'm hoping all this will make my team basically unstoppable. So hopefully all this effort is worth it, but boy, it can get real draining playing this part of the game, since it's limbo for me, and I didn't spend like a whole lot of time grinding, super grinding in the other parts of the game. To me, it makes more sense here since the experience and the fights are easy enough, rather than waiting to doing it in the beginning where you're just sort of struggling. To have enemies that give you enough money or experience. Here, it's not that much of a problem. But it does mean there's a large segment where I'll just be doing this. At least until we can get to a point where these characters are not going to struggle so much. I mean, the next boss is pretty difficult. From what I'm reading. And you really have to be, you really have to have a top-notch crew with stats raised with, sufficiently. Four of them? I'll use the thunder. Chom Chom needs some weapons. You got one for your cat claw. Oh, I can't give it to you yet. Okay, fine. Ooh, guys, you gotta get in my way all the time. What a bunch of jerks. Let's see. Yeah, I think the bad thing about the original hardware too is that you know, these originally had batteries inside the cartridges to save, and sometimes it can be, you know, difficult or impossible to put a new battery in. Really, depending on what kind of damage was done, you know, at the battery leak. You know, potentially you would never be able to fix that. As I said, I like real hardware and all, but you know, sometimes it's just a pain if you want to collect real hardware, and I don't really find the original experience being all that great. You know, my memories of the original experience were good, but you know, in practicality, you know, playing an old game on an old system with old connections on an old CRT. You know, and you know, good luck getting a CRT that's in good condition with a good picture for any sort of reasonable price. And you know, how long that picture will last is you know, suspect. I know in my when I had a nice tube TV, it was a Panasonic 32-inch TV. You know, that thing weighed 235 pounds for 35-inch TV. Great picture, but you know, after 6 or 7 years, you know, which is pretty good time for a TV, you know, that picture will start to fade, sometimes fade dramatically, and you know, your nice shiny picture isn't really going to be there anymore. So if you're thinking of buying, you know, a product from 10 years ago, you know, there's definitely going to be a lot of fade. And all the robust colors that you get nowadays, you know, really are somewhat of an impossibility. You know, the motion's really nice for an old CRT with its interlaced picture, but again, you're dealing with an interlaced picture now. If you want to buy a progressive scan TV from that era, I think I owned like a Toshiba, like a 43-inch or 42-inch or something like that. Had kind of a weird number because it was a widescreen. It was a widescreen tube TV. But yeah, I mean, that picture faded relatively quickly. You know, great TV when it was brand new, but you know, I definitely couldn't watch it now. The same can be said for TVs nowadays. You know, once they reach their 5-year half-life, you know, or 5-year life, and really their 2.5-year half-life, you know, you're probably gonna have to buy another one. But with the prices of TVs nowadays, I mean, they drop so fast. You know, things that, you know, sizes of TVs certainly have dropped in price. You can get a really decent price for a TV that's much larger than any tube TV ever could have been. I suppose if you were, you know, super hardcore, you could go for like a laser projector. But again, you're not dealing with like a super bright TV. And, you know, the quality of the picture is a bit suspect compared to a panel TV. You know, you gain in size, I guess, but, you know who wants to watch a big crappy image? That's why I don't go to the theater anymore. You know, even outside of the pandemic being what it is. Okay, what do we got here? 34. I just gave you a new one. 15. 9. So probably need another. God, I hate these things at finite usage. Sucks so bad. I'm here to chop. Chop, chop, chop. Or cackle. Slice, slice, slice. I don't know, I want this thunder twice. Yeah, I got to make that boss so hard. And to get to the point where it's going to be weak enough for you to fight, it takes a long time. I know, I was hoping to actually play some of this offline, so you guys didn't have to watch this boring ass stuff, but I've been told that people want to see everything. They don't want to see, like, they don't want you to tell them that yo, you did some offline playing and now you're really at a different level. It's like, oh no, we want to see that. It's like, I don't know why. But yeah, here it is. I mean, I think it's fine. You know, you actually know that, you know, I wasn't cheating or anything. I was playing this game legitimately. And if I come up with some clever anecdote, you maybe won't be able to miss that. So far, that hasn't been true of my entire broadcasting career. So, I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon. But I'll try. Still mad, huh? Yeah, I don't like going to the doctor either. As a human, it sucks. Imagine what it's like as a cat. And my cat was as a rehome, so the previous owners. I mean, neglect might be a strong word, but neglect is like the closest word I could probably use to describe how she was treated before. So, you know, now that she's here with me and I give her like a super ton of attention, you know, the idea of having strangers around doesn't really do anything for her. Which is true of even people, you know, they were raised in a home of neglect. You know, they kind of have one, you know, solid friend or something that they can rely on. Then, you know, other people are really, you know, like just a means to give you a panic attack, as opposed to being helpful in your life. And even when she was in the shelter that I picked her up from, you know, she had not, you know, adapted well to you know, being rehomed. You know, animals don't really understand the concept of their owners not wanting them. You know, cats and dogs and squirrel and mice and snakes, you know, they think you're going to be there forever for them. So, you know, it's especially disheartening to an animal when they get abandoned, because they just expect that person to be there to feed them, and take care of them, and give them attention. Then you're thrown into you know, a facility that has, you know, many other people, many other animals, and just waiting and waiting and waiting for somebody who hopefully has a kind enough heart to take you in. Like I said, all of that's you know, stressful for a person who has some cognitive ability, who can maybe, you know, logic and reason, you know, their situation, sort of understand where they are, but it's not true of an animal, you know. Or, well, maybe that's debatable. Maybe they really understand a lot more than we give them credit for, but if you think about that, if you think about someone who doesn't understand the concept of someone just not wanting them, and just, you know, showing up every day at the same spot, hoping they'll be there, or expecting them to be there, and them not being there, that's, you know, to me, that's almost criminal. It's certainly criminal for a person, and for an animal that doesn't have that level of cognitive ability, I mean, I feel that's even worse. But I do love animals, so that's obviously colors my vision. And when I adopt a pet, the typical kinds of things that you hear from people who don't own pets, or people who don't like the same kind of pet you do, you know, maybe somebody doesn't like a hamster or squirrel or a rabbit, or, you know, whatever the thing that you have that they don't like, you know, I've always found that animals that I've owned are, you know, they behave much more like small children than they do like just objects, you know, just objects that take food and water. I never understood how somebody who owned a pet, you know, didn't think that their pet had like memories and emotions, because they do. At least depending on how you treat them. If you treat them with a general love and trust, and not like some object that is supposed to give you something, then yeah, they definitely build a relationship with you. Not like a person, a little bit different, but build a relationship nonetheless. It's something that they remember. And it's only people that don't really love their animals, you know, maybe they expect something out of them. It's only people like that that think that, you know, oh, well, you know, if I leave my dog in, you know, in a nice neighborhood, you know, they'll just go find somebody else and they'll forget about me. It's like, no, animals don't do that. They remember you. That is, if you really, like, in your heart, really truly love them, then they'll reciprocate that. I mean, maybe not a fish. I think it's debatable on a fish. But one could probably make the argument for that. I don't know, I've never owned a fish. I'm only halfway there with my HP. I've maxed out all their other stats, which is hilarious. I mean, Chom's coming up too, so, I mean... it'll be a while. We'll be playing this part of the game for a while, so unfortunately I'm going to be boring you for more than a couple episodes. But the good thing is, once we get all the our stats up, then it's just a matter of playing through the game and using strategy instead of just raw force. So I think that'll hopefully be more interesting. I wish I could say that there was like a whole lot of good story in this, but boy, you've seen how fast that text scrolls. It's like you have to be like the quickest reader in the world to catch the story. What little bit there is. So you're definitely not playing this game for the, at least not this first game, for a dramatic story. You're really just playing it because you like to roam around and build up your character, see how much more damage they do every time you raise their stats. Or maybe get that satisfaction of beating that one jerk boss, after powering up a little bit, coming back for your revenge. I mean, that's what this boss is like. You're in the overworld, he's like harassing you over and over again. It's like, oh man, I can't wait to get strong enough to just beat your ass. But it takes a while. Okay. Park over here. I don't think anybody needs weapons quite yet. No. I was about to say, I thought they didn't show up. Alright, why don't we stop it there? This is audap. You've been watching a collection of Saga, Final Fantasy Legend, and we're playing Legend number 1. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.